Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. As always, in all my videos or on my live feeds, simply take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. Happy Monday. Happy solar eclipse day. It's a pretty big day. It's a pretty big deal. Hi there. Welcome. Come on in. Good to see you, Dee Dee. Kayla. Hi there. Wes. Look at you all coming in. First of all, I know I'm about an hour later than normal. I will be brutally honest. I needed to honor myself after a very busy weekend of highly intense energy and a busy schedule. Enjoyed myself immensely, but I got home later last night than what I expected, and I just knew that I was going to need an extra hour. Um, for myself and to channel. I cannot channel when I'm tired. When I am exhausted, I just don't channel the same. So I really needed that extra hour. So thank you for giving me that grace. For those of you who cannot join us this morning at our regular time, there's always the replay, and I'm always grateful for those of you who check in with the replays as well as those of you who are live. Super moon total solar eclipse. It is a big energy, and probably some of you have felt it coming in last week as well. It has been a lot of emotions, a lot of purging. We've got a lot of purging going on, a lot of releasing. A lot of things are coming to the surface. Um, and for some of you, you may be feeling it very differently. Some of you may be feeling the desire to clean thoroughly, like your home, or some cleansing of your own energy fields. Some of you may be seeing it in other people. But for many people, we do have a lot of old energy, a lot of releasing, a lot of what no longer serves us. For some people, it might be just a minor stuff. Perhaps if you've done a lot of releasing, or perhaps if this is your first time releasing, it can be a lot of old trauma. It can be a lot of things coming up for you. It can be a lot of change. It can be a lot of newness. This eclipse is also affecting people physically. You may be experiencing some tightness or feeling extra tired. You may be a little bit sore. You may be having a little bit of anxiety in your chest a little bit. That's just energy saying, let me go. It's totally just energy saying, just let me go. Sleep is also a problem for those of you who may have been restless this weekend or didn't sleep great this weekend, or your dreams, or perhaps you just didn't require the same amount of sleep. I felt the sleep part of it. I yesterday was just absolutely draining for me, and I felt that despite all my spiritual practices, despite being very grounded and taking great care of myself, I still felt that yesterday coming in at me at a quite loud vibration. It's time to rest, and I'm actually grateful that I took today off to do that. I just kind of had this knowing that I needed to be off today, just to kind of like enjoy the present moment and enjoy this highly transformative time. We have a lot of new beginnings for many of us, and perhaps some of you have had a little bit of that going on over the last couple weeks or so. Things maybe stepping back, things that no longer serve us. It's a good thing, and we struggle with change. We struggle so much here in the physical world with having things new or come up for us that need to change. And when you think about what we all want, for the most part, for our highest good. And sometimes, like I say, we do go in kicking and screaming. But we always want that, right? We want new things. We want to go forward. We want to experience and explore life. And this power that's coming in today is an extremely rebirth, or extremely taking back your birth power. That's what's being offered to us today. We do have choice and free will. We don't necessarily have to take it. We do. Spirit tells me that all the time. Well, Anna, you have choice and free will. We get to decide with all of that. What is also really interesting is we are in Aries season. This is the first sign in our zodiac, so we are in like this new beginning, new year with this super moon, total solar eclipse. It fascinates me on how that all lined up, because new calendar. new beginnings, new energy. It's really a profound time to be here. What was really interesting though, I know many people who are traveling, they left last night or earlier this morning to get a better view of the eclipse. And I know here towards Niagara Falls and Hamilton, like they've even brought in like extra security and police forcing. And I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think they've actually pulled what they would normally use in an emergency state of emergency with the volume of people that are going to be out hoping to get a glimpse. And Spirit said to me today, imagine, and I kind of sat back. I just kind of went, whoa. Spirit said to me, imagine if all of you put that energy into your planet all the time. That awareness that your planet is beautiful and glorious all the time. Imagine if you took that energy and that curiosity and in all of that embracing and wanting to see your planet all the time. And I took a big breath in and I literally had goosebumps and I'm like, oh my gosh, imagine if we did that. Imagine if we put that focus all I know we can't all drive down the highway to beautiful places, but there are beautiful places around you, like the flowers in your garden or the trees that are local to you. Imagine if we put all that focus into our planet all the time. I just sat there with a couple of tears running down my cheek with we have so much power here in this physical world to make change. We have so much power to help each other, to help the planet, to be able to thrive differently. We have all that power, and I really hope that some people realize that today on their adventure out to get a glimpse of this eclipse. I hope that they feel that there is so much we could do. There is so much we could do. I did do some meditation outside this morning. I took my notepad and my journal and I sat out under the cloudy sky. And no matter the weather where you are, the clouds are not going to impact the energy. May impact the view, but it's not going to impact the energy. But I was sitting there this morning and the stillness. Even I found the birds even a little bit quieter than normal for my backyard. I was like, oh, you guys are just kind of chilling out, and there was like stillness already. And it reminded me of the importance of that stillness. I sit still at least twice a day to just kind of listen and check in. But I think I'm going to increase that. I think I'm going to find a few extra magical moments a day to just kind of like come back to that stillness. I need to increase my stillness, and I sit still, quite frequently during the day. So what can we do with a lot of this energy? So let's just talk about that a little bit. And I just want you to just kind of, if you guys can do yourselves a little favor, I'd like you to just take a couple of notes in a journal between now and October. Because the energy that is here today, for some of us, it's going to be very quick with change. For some of us, it's also going to be, a bit slow, a little bit of a grow. It's not going to be like, oh, poof, here's all the change that you've wanted or don't want. It's going to be a little bit slow. And sometimes we forget. So the energy of this eclipse is going to, in the change that it's bringing and the new beginnings that it's bringing us, it is going to linger quite a while, right up to October. So just journal a few things as they come up to you. The change does not have to be this big dramatic event or life event. It can just be some subtle growth. It can just be some new directions. Just take some notes in a journal between now and October, and then again from October to March, because that's with the astrology, that's kind of how a lot of this is going to move and trickle through. The other thing that you can do to kind of help is, and this is what Spirit gave me, and I just have to keep an eye on my notes here because I took quite a bit of notes and I don't remember my notes when I'm channeling. So I just have to keep an eye on that. Be open to receive a deeper love and be open to give a deeper love. Is a powerful time for us to surrender right now and to be guided. So, a lot of people always message me about intentions. How can I set intentions during this solar eclipse? Intentions are absolutely great, but they need to be balanced as well as being open to be guided, being open to that path of where we want to go. Just being able to be, sometimes we don't have to know. I don't know where I'm always going, but I trust that guidance. I trust that I'm open for that guidance to come to me as to where I need to go. And for me, and this I'm really careful not to put myself in any kind of box. I'm really careful not to get too settled in a comfort zone. I'm very good with being wanting to try new things. It doesn't have to work out. I'm okay with that. If I try something and it's like, well, heck no, I'm okay with that. I truly am. I learned something along the way. So just kind of open up that space a little bit more. What often helps is being able to crack open your chest. If you can just like put your posture back, just kind of open up that heart-centered space to receive a deeper love and to be able to give that back in deeper, in more connected ways. I do feel that this is a very exciting time to be here in the physical world. We've got so much growth and so much deliciousness around us, and more and more of us are speaking our own truth and being able to activate that part of us. And we are paving a way for those, the younger generations that are coming up behind us. We're paving that way for them to do their work. And it's a glorious time to surrender and just be guided. And of course, I do set intentions of, of wanting good things and, of learning, but I also set the intention to allow myself to be guided in directions. And when we allow that, what we often hear is our own higher self, our own soul's desire, our own needs. We're able to tap into them at a deeper level. We are, as for the most part, many of us are shy or afraid to go a little bit deeper within. We hold back. What if there's something in it that doesn't feel good, or an emotion that doesn't feel good, or a healing space that might kind of shake me up a little bit? There's always going to be that self work. There's always going to be learning. There's always going to be healing. And when we surrender and allow that to kind of lift off any shame, or, it's okay if, I'm perfect. Do I like it? I don't always like it when I trip and fall or learn a difficult lesson. I won't, I mean, I'll be honest. Sometimes it's like, I'll be stomping my feet too. Well, that didn't go well. But I also lean into, well, I learned so much from that experience and that opportunity. It's just such a different energy when you can just kind of bring that in a little bit closer, bring in that surrender. I'm just going to allow. And if you have to start it with hour by hour, minute by minute, I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to allow. Right, just kind of easing into that allowing space, because we push against with so much resistance. We're so resistant sometimes to just allow ourselves to be loved the way we are, allow ourselves to learn. And the solar eclipse is bringing that forward to us big time. It's like it's stripping us down with, you don't need to carry this anymore. You don't need to carry the shame or the anger or the frustration, or, you don't need to carry that anymore. So if you're able to just simply um dump it somewhere today. If you can just write it down, or just stand under the sky and say, I'm giving it all back. I'm just gonna give it back. I don't want to carry it. Think about the things that we carry and how heavy it is. The energy that's here today from the universe is saying, give it to me. Give it to me. Right? It's an activation. It truly is an activation. And think about for a moment the words and the energy that you want to speak. Just think about that for a moment. Those things that you kind of, you don't want to say out loud, or you may be shying away from. Just think about that for a moment, and just speak it out. Just give it back. It does, we get into a little bit of overcomplicating spiritual practices. We overcomplicate it. We just have to allow, and we just have to say, here it is. We just have to say, I'm going to surrender that. It's time to move forward. It's that simple. Right. And whatever resonates with you, I'm a big one on that, you guys. I talk about it all the time. It has to resonate with you. Lean into that today. Lean into that power energy. Lean into that deeper love, and that deeper receiving, opening up to receive that as well. Some of us are really good at giving that deep love, really good at giving it. But when it comes to receiving it, we've got that worthiness piece there. We've got that, I don't know if we kind of shy away from it, or we don't know what to do with it. And that's the other thing. Many of us here have not really been open to receive that unconditionalness. I don't even know if that's a word, but and some of us, for the first time, maybe realizing that other people are learning how to give that to us as well. right? Have you ever noticed that? Have you seen new parts of people that are trying something new, whether it be their own spiritual growth? Like they're trying to hold you, and you're like, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can let all this in. We are trying. I see it all the time. I see people trying their best all the time to learn how to love deeper, to learn how to give that, to learn how to hold space. And we've got to kind of open up to receive it as well. We can't when people are going through their own healing, we also can't hold a lot of that over their head either, right? We kind of have to say, okay, I'm just going to allow. I'm just going to allow, and being able to observe that and being able to crack ourselves open to receive. Spirit went on and on and on and on about that, about opening up to receive deeper, to being able to open up to receive that and let things touch you at that deep level, at that emotional space, at that love center, to be able to push that love button, to be able, I'm just going to activate that, and to be able to activate my own inner power, my own power as a healer, my own power, my own personal power. Take your power back today. Take your birth power back. Every single one of you is a beautiful, loving, spiritual soul. Take that energy back. Bring it in today. Right? Bring it. If you're not sure on what to release or you don't know what to do, just simply take your power back today. And if you don't know what your power was that you lost, it's okay. I'm just going to call back my power. I'm just going to call it back in today, even if I don't know what my superpowers are. And I think new powers come to us as well. I do feel like there's an activation and a stepping up. It happens with myself all the time. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could heal that. I didn't know I could say that. I didn't know I can channel that. Take it back. We all have it within us. It's there for all of us. Delicious stuff. Delicious stuff. Um, Oh, I just got a sorry, I had a pop-up screen pop up from my from my mailbox. I'm gonna scroll through some questions. I would love to keep the questions very much based on the eclipse. And if I can answer them, great. If not, if not, I'll try and channel an answer for you. But let's try and keep it focused. I'm really curious to hear what you're experiencing. Have the emotions been high? Have you been struggling a little bit? Are you struggling with some aches and pains? If you want to share in the group chat what you're opening up to today, you're welcome to share that here. Vibration was intense this morning when I grounded myself. Very intense. It's very intense. And when you just feel that intensity, for me it has a big excitement. And the other thing that's might help you is, even if you don't know what's coming for you next, get excited anyway. Even if you don't know, like, I don't always know what I'm doing either, but I try to get excited for it anyway. I'm really excited for my learning that's coming. And I'm really excited to learn and grow, no matter what it looks like. No matter what it looks like, and I'm really excited to try and express that. I'm gonna try and express it more. Just kind of lean in there a little bit. That's what she said. Hit the like button, guys. Oh, thank you very much for that, darling. I do appreciate that. Dee Dee, woke up with a demon in my feet this morning. Yep, up at 2 a.m. As always, Dee Dee, I always say, if you ever have concerns medically, please get yourself checked out. I'm feeling it more as a very tense, stiff, and there's no reason for me to be tense or stiff. I wasn't, I didn't run marathons this weekend by any means. And Spirit had shown me, when I talked about that with Spirit showed me our physical body needing to release. And I've said this before on the channel, our physical bodies were not built to carry all the stress, all the energy, and this eclipse is saying, bring it out. Give it to the universe. Bring it out. You don't have to carry. So a lot of it, and depending on what your experiences are, a lot of that may be deep trauma that your physical body's been holding on to. Our brains don't forget anything, and our body keeps score. So now is a really good time to just dump the emotions out. Just kind of give it. Or you can, and if you don't know what it is, just simply say, whatever I'm holding on to from my past experiences, here it is. Or any words that come to you. Bubble or Shy, I'm currently in a freeze state due to anxiety and indeed zero motivation for things. Like I said in the first few minutes of the live this morning, some of you are going to experience this as anxiety. Sorry, just a little of my coffee there. Some of you will experience this as anxiety. And why are we experiencing it as anxiety? Think about the bubbling up of all that stuff that's being called forward. So, we are connected to the planet. We are connected to the solar system. We are part of that energy. The animals are part of that energy. Like, when you think about how birds migrate and how the ocean works, and I'm not a scientist by any means or a biologist, but animals know when to hide food. We know as humans what we need. And your physical body is saying, with you, if you're experiencing it as anxiety, hand it over. Hand that anxiety over. You can feel it leaving you, which is why you're feeling those feelings. We can feel it leaving you. And some of us are getting it as anxiety, and some of us are getting it as aches and pains, or some of us are getting it as tiredness or restlessness. However you're feeling, give that. I'm giving that back. Right. Out you go. And if you can, shy, if you don't have to do anything today, if you don't have any motivation, allow that no motivation if you can. Allow it. And if you do have to get up and go to work, and it is a regular day for you as well, then try and find some time, a moment or two, where you can just flop. You can just flop back on the couch, or you can just put your feet up when you get home. So what about the laundry and the dishes? And like, so what? Right? Really try and find some time today to just flop and allow that energy to come and to go. We put so much focus on what needs to be done, and truly, does it really matter if you flop after work or flop on your lunch break, or give yourself that moment? We all have a moment where we can surrender every day, right? Whether it be 5 minutes before bed, or when we first get up, or at some point during our day, we can all say, screw it. Everything else can wait. It can be done another time. Okay, Joy. Well, I was in the hospital Saturday, so I can't do what my mind wants. So, Joy, I just want to tap into that because, and I thank you, Joy, for posting that. Joy, I just want you to if you can't do what your mind wants to do, visualize yourself doing it. Close your eyes, use your imagination, pretend you're somewhere magical that you want to be, and allow yourself to spend some time there energetically. Those of us who practice like astral travel or meditation, or being able to just go somewhere else and leave our physical body, it can be done. Use your imagination. We all have one. We were all little children once. We weren't born adults. Go back into that space and just say, I'm just going to pretend I'm on the beach. I'm just going to pretend that I'm in the mountains, or wherever, whatever magic is for you. My voice is crackling. I wasn't going to admit that I was hollering on the weekend, but yes, I was. I went back to old habits. I did very good for several weeks with my voice, and then I went back to old patterns. Saturday and Sunday, it was intense. Shaz, will I be happy in September, October this year? What does Spirit have to tell me about these 2 months? So, Shaz, um what I want to talk what I want to tap into with you today is, I want you to do a little bit of releasing work with the eclipse. I want you to let go. I want you to let go. Happiness is all around you, and happy and just allowing that happiness to be. Sometimes we seek things that are going to make us happy, and I get it, we all want relationships, we all want better, we all want this, absolutely, but we can't wait to be happy. We got to work on our healing, we got to work on our journey, we got to work on our allowing, we got to work on what's happy around us. We got to kind of tap into that and take little notes between now and October to allow yourself that space. I'm going to be, and I get it. And and Spirit has always, what Spirit does to me is Spirit literally picks me up on my shoulder and says, you're right here, right now. What are you happy with? What is going well for you right now? Tap into that. Tap into that. And I know you're probably saying, oh, Lana, but I want to know what's happening in October or September. What's happening right now? Right now is where we all are. There is no guarantee for any of us for September, October. It's all right here, right now. Make the happy right here, right now. Find something that's happy. There's got to be one. If you can come up with one thing that is gonna bring that happy to you, or feel that happy energy, do a Snoopy dance if you need to feel happy. Right? Happiness is something that we create, that we bring in, that we find joy in. Find the happy. All right. Let's see where we need to go. Well, Saturday was the new beginnings. I want it to end soon. Well, Saturday, that may not your hospital visit may not be a new beginning for you. It may also be, you can look at it this way. It can be an awareness. It can be an ending of something that needed to go, whether it be health issues. It can also be a beginning, perhaps. And enjoy. This isn't just for you, so this could be for any of us. It can be a beginning on how our physical body needs us to look after itself. I wasn't in the hospital, Joy, but I had a moment with my own physical body with an awareness that, oh, I need to do something about that, right? I need to love myself differently. I need to look at myself differently. So, it may come to you in very different ways. And sometimes, Joy, we're going through something, that we may not even always understand. And that's the other thing too, is we don't always understand everything. Right. And so being able to tap into, I don't understand why this is happening, but I'm open to receiving that healing. I'm open to receiving that new. I'm open to receiving that. I'm open to go deeper in that. We're in southeast Oklahoma, so it should be a good view. I'm hoping that it gets a little bit clearer here. I am not venturing out down a highway today in droves of people. It's just not for me. I didn't feel I needed to do that for me. For those of you who are venturing out, I'm sending you love and light, and have a glorious time. For me, I really felt I needed to be home and present. Um, Spirit is right. I wish humans did that on a regular basis. Absolutely, Kayla. And I really hope that this shifts that for a lot of people. I hope that a lot of people have that aha moment today. Um, I feel like a lot of people, their change comes as a blessing in disguise, even myself personally. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm sure you will all nod your head with this. Have you ever gone through something, and whether it be a friendship or a relationship, and big change, and it's like in the moment it's like, this is like the hardest thing I've ever walked through, and then you get to the other side of it, and you do some processing or some healing, and you're like, thank goodness that happened. Because part B would not have happened if you didn't go through A. Right. I have done that so many times. I have looked up at spirit and said, I understand it now. And that's why the whole allowing and that whole space of surrender is so important. I am going to surrender to this. I'm not going to fight it. And for me, when relationships end, if people need to go this way and I need to go this way, I surrender to that. I do not chase people. Excuse me. I do not chase. If I understand, that we are all on our own path and need to go in a different direction. I get it. Right. So, I mean, I learned that a long time ago. I don't need a reason. I don't need to be upset with anybody. I don't need any drama. I don't need that moment to say, okay, you did that. I'm out of here. If I feel I need to go this way, I go that way. And if people need to go this way, I wish them well, because quite often, for me anyway, and for many people, I'm sure you all have had a moment where you've like, I knew I needed to shift in a direction a long time ago, and either I wasn't ready, or I didn't want to see it, or for what the learning wasn't complete. But then you get there, and it's like, yeah, I just need to go that way, and it's okay. And that's the thing, it's okay, right? And we add so much to that we really don't need to add to. All right, where do we need to go? Um, Horizon Phoenix. The spirits think I should have any worries flying alone with my autistic son in June to Atlanta, Georgia. No, I don't feel that at all. I feel like, I mean, flying in a bit, is an energy on itself. Airports are an energy on itself. I don't feel any worries. I actually feel you quite supported there. I would also check out and just kind of see, and what you can do ahead of time to kind of decrease some of the energy, for you and your son. I would also bubble yourself very, very well. And the weirdest thing just happened. I have a little tree here. It's made of citrine, and it was like, I mean, I'm on a solid table. It doesn't move. It literally was moving this way as I was talking about that. That's amazing. I was like, holy cow. I really feel there is an abundance of support there. I feel like you're like there's I just have to be open up to receive that support. I would check in and see what kind of support that the airport has or the plane has, or anything that you can add to hold space for you and your son while you travel. Bubble yourself, and whatever that means for you, a beautiful ball of light, carrying a crystal, asking spirit to come with you, whatever works for you, Horizon Phoenix, I would insert that. I don't feel any energy that feels really off for me, other than the normal. And there are some things that we can't change, but how we navigate through that. I mean, you can't change the busyness of an airport, like you truly can't, but you can change how you navigate through it. And that's one thing with my own spiritual practices. And I'll use myself from yesterday as an example. For several years, I've been on a hockey bench as part of the coaching staff. Yesterday, I was at a hockey game that my daughter was playing in, and I was in the crowd, and I wasn't coaching that game, and I literally took a big breath in. I had forgotten how the energy is to be in the crowd of hockey parents, and I had to take a moment. I literally got up. I literally moved out of. I moved myself out of it. I got myself kind of regrounded, bubbled, called in spirit. It's like, okay, I'm feeling way too much of that energy. And I just had to take a moment. I truly did. I forgot what that felt like. And I just needed to regroup myself. I had a water bottle with me, and I just visualized that water kind of keeping me grounded and keeping me protected. I know I'm always wearing crystals, but I felt like I needed something else. So I used the water that I had to help me energetically and spiritually, and I use it. I use it. Can you help me flood out the energy that I'm feeling? And it worked. So whenever you're feeling something or have got concerns energetically, call something else in to help you. All right. Where are we here? I instantly hear no. Okay, Shy responded there as well. Yeah, I got a hard no on that for Horizon Phoenix. Shy, absolutely. Um, Let go of control for me. It's a challenge. Yeah. So when you think about this, Cheyenne, we don't have control anyway. We can we can control how we respond. We're responsible for how we respond. But really, do we truly have control? And for me, I used to ask myself this question: why do I want it? Why do I want control? Because if I need to learn a lesson, I'm learning it, rather I'm trying to control it or not. It'll just repeat, right? So for those of you who get a lot of repeat themes or repeat things that keep happening, what are you trying to control yourself from learning? Because we need to learn. We're really good at the easy stuff, right? When it's easy peasy, we're having a good time. We're in perfect alignment, love, light, and blessings to all. And when it gets hard, that's when we really get resistant and want to control and kick and scream, and we just need to say, okay, what am I learning here? Right? It's so true. Have you ever noticed that with yourself? When it's easy, we're all in, and when it gets rough, we struggle. We truly do struggle. For me, that's the allowing and the surrender part. That I'm just going to allow and surrender. I'm going to come out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to go through this. It's a powerful time right now to surrender that. Ask to be guided. Go with being guided, even guiding yourself. I'm going to guide myself through this rather than control it. Right? I hope that helps. I hope that helps you there. Okay, where are we? Um, Peyton, Lana, I'm considering booking a trip to see an old friend in the States. I've never traveled before, so I'm wondering if Spirit has any thoughts on booking the trip. Thank you very much. I just need to sip my coffee here, Pay. Um, Peyton, I feel that adventure is an energy that is coming to you very rapidly. Not just with this trip, but I feel like in general, I feel like adventure. And it's like you're getting new opportunity and new eyes, like new clarity, and just new things are going to be falling in front of you. I also feel, Peyton, that you've been asking for that. I really feel like you've surrendered to like old experiences, and I feel like you're wide open. You're like, I can feel that crack. I literally, that crack open that I talked about earlier. I feel like you've cracked open to new adventure and new beginnings and fresh starts and a glorious time. I think this is a glorious time to follow that. I also feel your pull to that trip. So when I tap in there, I feel that you feel very pulled to go. Yes, you may have some what ifs, and I think we all do. But I feel, if I say, Peyton, just close your eyes, and are you pulled? And I can feel you. I can literally feel that. I can feel that pull. I think it's good for you. I think it's good for you to explore. I think you're coming into more of that. I also feel you're going to be exploring even things locally. I can feel you like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was within an hour of me. I feel like you exploring, and I've got to get you enjoying that energy um a little bit more. And I think sometimes, and I get it, you guys, nobody wants a gong show when we do something, right? Nobody wants a gong show. But when you lean into the fun and you lean into your gut and you lean into how that feels, the answer is right there. All right. Dang it, I needed to hear that. Friday night, I saw a light in my yard on the wood line. It looked like a flashlight and quickly disappeared. Nobody was there. Could you tell me who it was? Carrie, that time I got very excited. I almost couldn't finish reading that. I got very excited. I feel like there's been some guidance that you've been kind of seeking, and I feel like it was a sign from spirit dimensions that there is light. And I'll use it as they're giving it to me. It is an old statement. It is an old saying, is that there is light at the end of the tunnel. That's how I seen it. I feel like I've got to get you to follow your feet. So then I literally can see my feet. Even is I gotta follow my feet. I gotta follow my gut instinct. I gotta follow my intuition. I feel like that light is coming to you to say, you're not crazy. Yeah, it's here. The light is here. There is light all around you. So I don't know if you've been struggling to see the light or to find light or to if and we all get tired. We do. We get very tired of the physical world struggle. The light is there to guide you. So when you're looking, and it doesn't necessarily mean right in this red hot moment, but in the future, just remember this: when you're struggling for direction, ask for the light. Just ask for the guidance. The light is there. I also feel, Carrie, I'm not done with you. Well, they're not done with you. I also feel, Carrie, that this came to you to give you some validation that all this energy and all this talk of spirit is very, very real. I feel like it's like a next level for you. It's like a deeper connection to your guides. It's a deeper connection to the universe. It's expansive for me, like that for you. Like it's like an expansion, and it's validation that this is around you. I hope that makes sense there, Carrie. And thank you very much. Thank you, all of you, for your questions. How did the girls do with the hockey game last night? Oh, Spring, bless your heart. So last night was the All-Star game. So there were two teams for that division. So for the U15 age, where players were selected to play in an All-Star game. The team that my daughter was on, it was a lot of fun. First of all, by the way, I just want to say it was so much fun. Their team lost, but it was such a fun experience. It wasn't a competitive, well, it was competitive, but it wasn't like a championship final. It was more of a let's get together and play. What was very interesting, though, I will share this much. With these two teams made up of these kids, most of them were rivals all season long because you had to play against other players. So there was like this rival energy all season. When they got together in the dressing room, it was very awkward because they had been rivals all season, and it took literally one lap around the rink during the warm up for them to connect to each other. They put down all that energy. It was fascinating to see. They put down all that energy and just kind of like regrouped. We're a team now. We're a collective now. And it was like an instant. It was like an instant heal. It was like an instant healing. Yeah, we're together. We're one now. It was fascinating to see them. I loved it so much, and because sports can go either way on you, but I loved it so much. Both teams, they just went, okay, we're a unit now. Let's go. and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Love, light, and blessings to all. Kayla, I love you. Like that one, do you? Um, no, I now control. No, no, I know control is an illusion. I know my brain wants to have control over situations to make sure I'm safe. I'm aware of it. It's just a huge challenge for me, anyhow. Absolutely, and keep pushing forward. Keep pushing forward with that. I have Diane, Atlanta. I have a question about meditation. I've been trying meditation and twice now a meditation about meeting and listening to a message from our guides, but I can't find any guides. Okay, so Diane, that is a very common, a very, very, very common um, question for me, and it's a very common statement from a lot of my mentoring students that I have had over the years. One thing that will help you with that is really tapping into, you don't have to find them, okay, they're there. So you can simply say, I know that you're sitting with me, and ask them to come closer. I know that you're, even if you're doing a walking meditation or a moving meditation, just simply say, I know that you're here. Can you come closer? The guides, it can take us a while to feel them. It can take us a while to build trust. They are also teaching us to trust. So, so I know you're teaching me to trust, and I know that you're here. And the more that you do that, and the more that you just kind of surrender and allow that growth and allow those relationships and allow those guides to come closer, you'll have your magical moments. Remember that we all work differently when we're meditating. So, no expectations on how they're going to feel, what they're going to look like, what their name is. I just know that you're here. Thank you for coming to my meditation with me. And that's how I will that's how I will close my meditation. I've got new guides and new energy that sit with me all the time, and I don't always know who they are. I just feel them. I know that they're there. That is a big one. I just know that you're there. Carrie, you're very welcome. Um, Spring. My youngest returned home Wednesday night, and then his aunt passed away Saturday night. My middle child and I started communicating again, so lots of blessings occurring. I love that so much. I do love that so much. There's a lot of blessings occurring. There's also a lot of new growth spring occurring around you. I feel like there's just so many. There's like a lot of new chapters. I just see the book, new chapters, new beginnings as you muster through um, a lot of this change. Wes, after this live, I'm going to a computer store to pick up a router, which I'll set up as a Wi-Fi. Enjoy your day, honey. Let us move over to the two books. Okay, let's do this one here first. I can put this one down. Usually I do it the opposite way, but I'm just going to trust it, right? You just got to trust the energy. So let's just set an intention. And what do we need to hear on this eclipse? So total solar eclipse day. Um, Dragonfly. Be on the lookout for any falsehoods, deceits, or illusions that are clouding your current situation or relationship. You're being entirely too rational about everything and really need to tap into your deeper emotions, whatever they may be. That's allowing. Your passion is awakening, so direct it to what feels true and right for you. That is such a powerful statement. I just want to say that. This is also a time when the magic and mystery of your life is reawakening. Holy cow. It's vital to recharge your psychic energy, which you can do regularly by meditating. More than simply a change, you're going through a major transformation. So enjoy the process. Additionally, you'll be working with the fairies and other elementals. Oh, I love working with fairies and other elementals. I love that so much. Um, wow, that is so fitting. I just want to reread that one sentence. More than simply a change, you're going through a major transformation. That's what this solar eclipse is all about. It's all transformation. I want to read, I can't close the book, so I want to read the next page, which is the dragon. So I just want, I don't, I'm just pulled to, I'm not even sure if I've even read the dragon on a live before. Um, but I want to read, I'm just pulled to read it. You're emerging into a new phase of your life, one where you'll be taking more risks and being more vulnerable. Yet you can be well protected. Do more of the kinds of activities that bring passion to your life. You have a past life connection to a time when earth based spiritual practices were prominent. Oh, I love that. You're entering into a period of considerable prosperity. Spend some time regularly in meditation or contemplation. You will receive some valuable insight and inspiration. That's two mentions of meditation. Get some meditation done, you guys. Get some meditation. Wow, those were powerful. Those are, Joy, I dreamed about the dragon last night. Wow. Wow. That's so, Joy, if you want to reread that, the book that I use is The Pocket Guide to Spirit Animals by Dr. Stephen Farmer. It's my favorite. I've got a couple of them. I keep one at home, one in my vehicle, and one at my office. So that's the one that I use. There's many of them, and you can go with what resonates for you, but that's just the one that I really connect with. All right, the angel numbers. What do we need to know from the angelics? 848. You are fully supported in all ways by the angels. Be open to receiving their help. There's the receiving word again. So be open to receiving their help, as the more you receive, the more you can share with others. I'm going to read that one again. 848. You are fully supported in all ways by the angels. Be open to receiving their help, as the more you receive, the more you can share with others. I love that. Should we do another angel number? Yeah, I think so. All right, so what do we need to know? 622. This is a strong message from the angels urging you to keep the faith that everything will be okay, because it will. Mm, mm. I love it so much. Fran, this angel number book is no longer in publication, but if you want to take a look at mine, you're welcome to. Next time I see you, I'll bring it. I have, again, with that book, I have one in my office as well as my home. I love it so much. Lana, I'm just going to send you what I journaled yesterday for myself after this live, because it's exactly what you're channeling today as well. OMG. I love that. I love that. And if you guys get a chance, try your own channeling. Try your own channeling. You can all do it. This is not limited to just a selected few. Try your own channeling. What do I know? What do I hear? What comes to me? Right? Just for yourself. What do I need to know? And just allow yourself to write. It's very normal to get into your head. It takes a long time to get out of your head with what if I'm making this up and blah 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 blah. I'm just going to allow myself to experience that. I'm just going to write what comes to me. I'm going to write what I hear. I'm going to write what I know. The more that you practice it, the more that you will get. Even if it's one word, start with one word. What do I need more of today? What do you feel? What do you know? What comes to you? That's what channeling is. That's how you start. I've got quite a few of my mentoring students on here. That's how I start them. What do you feel? What else do you know? Right? What else do you see? When you look at something, so when I look at something, um whether it be out the window or when I'm walking, when I'm in the forest, when I'm driving, I'll ask myself that question. What else? Oh my God, my hair's kind of weird. What else do I see? What do I see? What else is there to see? And you'll be surprised at the incredible things that you see if you just look a little deeper, or look at something a little differently. Quite often in a forest, you'll see magic. You'll see the faces of fairies in the trees. You'll see a log that's down, and you'll think, "Oh, I can just feel that magic in there." Or you'll see a tree, and you'll notice that the leaves have a certain shape. It's forming something. It just opens up to that world of magic, and that's where it is. Right? The spirit dimensions are in a very magical place, and you've got to be able to allow that open. You got to allow that open. How did you channel? I'm not quite sure if you mean that for me. Um, for me, I just simply started with what I explained. I just started very basically with allowing that feeling. I've always felt that strong connection to source energy, and I just started allowing it. I just started allowing it. And what's really funny, this might be just a me thing, excuse me, is when I think about it, I grab a book and think, okay, I'm going to write something. If I'm just gonna, nothing freaking comes to me. I'm not a writer at all, but I'm not. But if I sit and just say, what do I need to know? It flows every morning. Like I've got like a mountain of pages here from all the energy updates and all the journals that I do. I just allow what comes. And I work really hard at putting down the overthinking. Right? It will come in. You'll be like, oh, you're making that up, or oh, what if this isn't real? Just allow it. You know what? So what? You don't have to share it with anybody. Just allow it. I hope that that helps you. I hope that that works for you guys. I'll just give it a try. And the more that you try and the more that you just allow giving yourself that time and space, you'll watch it grow. It might not be an instant. Don't worry about it being an instant channeling. Just give yourself that time. Give yourself that space. Just allow that. And whether it be with channeling or anything new, right? Allow yourself to have an experience. I'm just going to allow that. I'm going to allow that. It's a hard one, and you will. It sounds really easy, right? I'm just going to allow myself to have a new experience, and then we get in it. We want to control it. We want to judge it. We want to make sure that we're looking our best. We want to make sure that it's true. Have you not had that experience? I want to make sure I'm looking my best before I try that or go there. Just experience it, right? And what helps with that is, and I'll tell you what, when we start to unwind or untangle a lot of the programming that we've experienced, we discover things about ourselves, right? So just kind of allow. Shaz, when I write, I always doubt whether it's true or me overthinking. See over there. So I have another sip of my coffee. Sorry, you guys. When you think about that for a minute, Shaz, just kind of allow. Okay, so what if I'm overthinking? I'm just gonna put what comes, right? Just journal it. You don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to share it. Don't judge yourself. It will help you. Ooh, here's what I just heard. I don't think I ever thought about this before. If you can start with writing or channeling without judging yourself, it is going to be a step one into greater moments of not judging yourself or not overthinking it. Just who cares? Right? I'm just gonna write something. Who cares? Just literally try putting it down. If I'm overthinking, who cares? I'm just gonna write it. Why do I have to overthink it? I'm just gonna practice that. Just do it as a practice, as something to try. I'll try anything once, twice if I like it. Right? Just kind of tap into that. It's really normal to get in there and overthink, but we also have the power to say, yeah, okay, I'm not going to overthink that. I'm just going to write it. I'm just going to hear that and feel that. That's how you go deeper. When people say, well, how did you go deeper with all this? I just allowed it and worked really hard at not judging it, overthinking it. I worked really hard at staying in my own lane with it. This is how I work. I don't have to wonder and worry how other people work. It doesn't really matter. This is how I channel. This is how I work. And I put that on replay. So it helps me with the overthinking. I answer the overthinking. I answer it. I also answer all the thoughts, right? I will answer them, right? Rather be like, that's a really good point, Lana. Or that's silly. Like, why are you afraid of that? Like, just try it, right? I answer those thoughts. Well, here we are, 52 minutes in. I do have to let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. I hope you enjoyed your time with me. Most importantly, says Shy, if it helps, it helps. Doesn't matter if you made it up or if it's channeled. Well, that's right. And one thing that you can kind of tap into is, and this is what I'll say to people: do you normally walk around making stuff up? Like, do you normally just walk around and think I'm going to make something up, right? So if it's coming to you, just allow it, right? It's coming to you through your physical body anyway. So are you making it up? In one way, you are, because it's coming to you. It's coming to you, right? So it's a thought, and allow it. What harm is it going to do if you allow yourself to write something that comes to you? If a thought, if you're channeling something, it's coming from somewhere else, but it's coming to you. So essentially, like you're getting that knowledge. So it's coming to you. So if it's coming to you or coming through you, in one way, you're making it up, but you're not making it up in like a phony baloney kind of way. It's coming to you. The thought is coming to you. So unless you can say to me, "Yeah, Lana, I walk around and make stuff up all day long. I just make up stuff and my it's coming to you." I hope that that helps. Diane, thank you. Lana, always appreciate and enjoy your videos. We enjoy having you here. I enjoy having all of you here, and I'm sure you will all enjoy each other. And I love that you are all getting more and more safe to post your questions or to to kind of chit chat or to to say what if this or what if that. I love that so much on this channel. I love this community with all my heart. I just think it's such an awesome place to gather as a community and have some chit chats. I really do. I really do. Let me see. What am I doing Wednesday? I should be here on Wednesday. Let me double check that because this whole living in the moment, I'm never quite sure. Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, yeah, I should be here Wednesday. As always, I'm wishing you love, light, blessings, and have a spirit guided day. Enjoy the eclipse, you guys. Safely enjoy the eclipse. Open up and allow. Much love to you all. Bye bye.